Today is finally the start of week 11 quest, which means that there are 2 weeks left, technically, of chapter 2. We don't know if there's gonna be a buffer time between chapter 2 and chapter 3. I would assume 1, just so you know, there was 1 between prologue and chapter 1, and there was 1 between chapter 1 and chapter 2. So just assume that it's not going to end 2 weeks from, I guess you're seeing on this on a Friday. 2 weeks from Thursday, which is today, but yesterday for you. So first, we're gonna do the way we do these videos is we're gonna break down the quests and then talk about the news, which there's not a lot of news, but there is something very interesting that happened over this past week in Spellbreak's realm. But we'll go ahead and do the quest first. So first, you're gonna start off. First of all, basically, the point of this week's quest is to free your fellow Vow Breakers' souls from the grips of the Vow Keepers. The first one is gonna be Rise Up, activate Signal Flare in Fernfall Garrison, which if you don't know what Fernfall is, it's just basically on the left side of the map near Edgewall. You'll see it. It's above Hope's End. We need to rally our forces and send a message to the Valguard. Head to the Fernfall Garrison just north of Edgewall and fire off a signal flare. Let them know we're not backing down. When you drop down, you'll see these like 2 like electric orb things, lightning orbed things. That's not them. I thought it was them. I got confused. It's not them. In between those, there's like this little building. Get on top of the building. There's a little gold circle. You'll see it. You'll activate it and it'll shoot a little flare into the sky. That is quest 1. You get into the next one and it's going to be Going Dark. Destroy 2 surveillance pods. Let us take out the surveillance pods that give the Valguard such an edge. Head back to Fort Halcyon and destroy the devices. Back in week 5, we had to place surveillance pods. This is whenever we were first talking to Ferric and trying to pretend like we weren't a Vow Breaker. We placed surveillance pods for them. So now we got to go back and destroy only 2 of them for some reason. I think we might have only placed 2. I can't remember at this point, but they're on the outside of Fort Halcyon, around the outside of the gate. You'll see them. If you remember, you placed them there, just go destroy them. All you do is shoot them with something and they break. And then you're done with that one. And then the last one, which is Break Free, free 3 trapped breakers. The Valguard have trapped several breakers, and now our compatriots are unable to return to their vital stones. You must free them from their dark chains. It's those little lightning orb things. So you saw 2 at Fernfall. Go back, do those 2, and then you'll find one somewhere else. The one that we found was just north of Arena of Elders. I don't know how many there are on the map. I don't know where all they are, but I think you can actually use one, go to the other one, and then go back to the other one. I think they will reappear. One reappeared for me. I don't know if you can actually use it though, because I had already claimed all 3 at that point, but I think you can just use them. But then once you do it all, you get a new item or a new badge, which is kind of interesting actually. It's like this really sad person with like broken pieces. It's very, very dark, sort of, but it's called Fractured Fortitude. It's a little badge. Now for news, it's a little bit quiet right now. There was nothing in the Discord that I know of. If you found anything, let me know. There was nothing on the Twitters and stuff like that. There's no new June Twitch Prime skin yet. There will be one. We just don't know when it's coming. It's the 17th right now on the recording this. You're seeing this on the 18th, and there's not one yet. However, an interesting thing, I wasn't going to talk about this. I definitely was not going to talk about this until the sign up for it left, so that we didn't skew their numbers. I actually talked to one of the people at Proletariat about not releasing this video, and I really wasn't going to release a video about this consent because it was a little bit sensitive information, I guess. However, so many people have asked me about it. It's going around everywhere, and I want to like rein in everyone's like darkest thoughts about this. There was an ad that went out on Facebook, Reddit. I don't know if it went out anywhere else. Basically, of a new game from Proletariat with fire and different elements. I'm not going to show you the link because the link doesn't take you anywhere anymore. It's closed down. The images aren't around anymore. But it's basically like it's fire, lightning, toxic with some like actual weapons, like a bow, like a shield, and like a sword spear thing, and like monsters in the background. And it read something about test a new Monster Hunter game thing. I don't think this is a new game. I think this is going to be part of Spellbreak, and I think it's gonna be like a PvE. It could be very well a different game, but either way, it's good. I mean, this is something that people have wanted for a really, really, really long time, and if they can progress Spellbreak in a way outside of Spellbreak, then why not start over and do well? I don't think that you should really worry about it. I really think it's gonna be the same game. I think it's gonna be just a PvE side and PvP side, because people have wanted a PvE side for a really, really, really long time for Spellbreak, and I just don't think that could be a bad thing, honestly. And if they're asking people to test it, this is probably very far out. This is probably a really long ways away. I People are saying they think it's gonna be chapter 4. I don't think this is gonna be chapter 4. It could be, highly doubt it. It just doesn't seem like something that's gonna be right now in the present. I think it's way more in advance. The reason it seems like it's a separate game is that it wasn't linked to Spellbreak. It didn't say anything about Spellbreak. There was no Spellbreak logo. You couldn't even really go to the Proletariat site through this. Reason being, I think it was so that you wouldn't have any pre-existing ideas of Spellbreak when you were testing this game. And they didn't want Spellbreak players to then go test this new game because they didn't want it to feel, they wanted to get an outside idea, basically. So I don't think it was because it's a different title. I don't think it's because it's like whatever you want to think. I really just think they wanted new testers. They wanted the things. And that's why we didn't really talk about it very much, is because I wanted people who weren't in Spellbreak to kind of see it, but I don't think it's time to freak out at all. I think everyone can like take a breath, take it in. I really wasn't going to talk about this, but I think it's really cool regardless. So, but yeah, I wasn't going to talk about this. But now we did. And that's really all the news that there is. If you have anything that I missed, please let me know down below. Also, if you have any questions about the quests, let me know. I'm not streaming this next week at all. I'm taking a full break, but after this week, I'll be live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I keep wanting to say 9, but it's 10 a.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. Guys, I love you. Love yourself, and I'll see you around. Peace.
Yo, I'm hungry where them Cheetos at. They stay biting like where them mosquitoes at. I'm on point like an elbow. Hands red like Elmo. My mama said, have you had enough? I looked and I said, no ma'am. I go ham in the grocery store or expand the anti